Okay, let's continue on with some more examples. So y equals 3 cosine of x. This time we're going to be a little more precise and giving some x and y values. Sometimes you're given this graph to use and sometimes not. So we'll show you algebraically how to calculate it or pull answers from the graph. So first of all, what is the amplitude of this one? Absolute value of 1, which is just 1. Our period, let's recall, is 2 pi over b, which is 2 pi over, what is b in this case? 3, good, so our period is 2 pi over 3. Alright, now if I'm given just a basic XY table, and they want to know the cosine, so if I have y equals cosine of 3x, okay, this is my given. And I want to know when x is 0. So let's do this one first. When x is 0, so that would be cosine of 3 times 0, which is just cosine of 0. Well, what is the cosine of 0? On your unit circle. 1. Good. Also, we can see that matched. When the x's value is 0, y value is 1. Okay. But on the right, we're going to assume that we don't see that graph on the bottom so that we can understand where these calculations come from. Our next one, let me do it in red, is pi sixth. So I would have cosine of 3 times pi 6. Now what you want to do is simplify this first. So what is 3 pi over 6 reduced to? Just pi over 2. Now go to your unit circle and evaluate cosine at pi over 2. On your unit circle, it's going to be 0. Good. So when x is pi 6, the y value is 0. When x is pi 6, the y value is 0. So that would be this ordered pair right here. And let's just do one more for the sake of it. Cosine of 3x, and we are now going to evaluate this, and let's do our next point, which is pi thirds. So cosine of 3 times pi thirds, simplify that. What's that reduced to? Just the cosine of pi. Now go to your unit circle and determine what the cosine of pi is. Good, -1. And then let's just verify that on the graph below. When x is pi thirds, the y value is -1. Yeah, so anyway, you can continue to calculate this out in the same manner, and you would have 0, and then you would get 1 here as well. Okay, we've been doing this for a little bit, so this one's a little bit more complex. I want you to pause it and attempt to do as much as possible and take a guess, take your best guess at the solution. Okay, so good. The amplitude is the absolute value of -4, which is just 4. It's reflective because of the negative sign. Period's 2 pi over b, so it ends up being 8 pi. So eliminate by the period. It's 4 pi. Continue to figure out which one it is. Okay, this one's the original, the shape of the parent graph, so we know it's not that. And then we have a period of 4, so it's looking like, did you choose A? Okay, good. Okay, let's try your hand at another one. This one has a little bit of everything. The only thing's actually missing is a reflection. So amplitude, period, phase shift, and take your guess at the graph. Okay, good. Labeling this, we have our amplitude of 1/5. Our period is pi. The phase shift calculates to be -pi over 4. The period's probably the easy thing to start eliminating. You can see this is a period of 4 pi. This one's a period of 4 pi. So basically we're choosing between B and D. And the deciding factor, the determining factor is going to be that 1/5. So we can see the increments here match that amplitude.